All right, we'll get started with today's post-game press conference with head coach Lisa Carlsen. Coach, thanks for joining us, and please give us just an opening statement about today's win.
Yeah, we knew today was going to be a big one, and I felt like it was two heavyweights going at it. You know, especially on the glass. There's some pretty big numbers there as far as rebounding is concerned. But I think especially in the fourth quarter, we were able to really stay in system and stay disciplined, and that was the difference in the ballgame.
All right, we'll go to questions from the media, and we have Justin from the Northern Star. Go ahead, Justin.
Coach, this was a big battle of the paint area, really. It was both Asia and two or three of the Buffalo players. What are some of the things that you guys did to prepare for this game? Because I know Asia can handle herself, but even Riley got in there and really handled herself well against some bigger competition.
Well, we knew points in the paint, and like I mentioned, rebounding was going to be the biggest statistic of the day. And even though there's some daunting numbers, you know, giving up 23 offensive boards, my defensive coaches aren't going to be very happy about that. But I thought there were critical times down the stretch where we did a really nice job. And, you know, that's what Buffalo really hangs their hat on. The amount of offense they generate from second chance opportunities is a big number. And so we knew coming into today's game that was going to be really important for us.
Coach, just looking at the stat line, you know, Shelby was a big part of this game, but she had a sneaky 20 points. I just looked up and she had 20, but those were efficient points. I mean, she is really down this stretch. She's become more efficient for you guys. I know her scoring upwards to close to 25 to 30 points is important, but her being more efficient is a huge key for your guys' success. No?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody right now is playing with a lot of confidence, and Shelby's no different. You know, she feels good about her ability to score the basketball in a lot of different ways. I need her to be available to stay on the floor more than the amount of minutes, 25 minutes that she played tonight. But when she was on the floor, obviously we're much better with the ball in her hands. And she did a great job, not just of scoring the basketball, but facilitating the offense.
Coach, you guys have – I mean, I'd say this game wasn't daunting. But you guys have a daunting stretch coming up. You have, I believe, 5 games within the next 2 weeks. I think you have Ohio back-to-back games against Kent State, Ball State, and Western Michigan. What are some of the things you guys are going to really get into to prepare for that daunting stretch? Because that's a tough stretch in a short amount of time.
Well, I mean, you never know what's going to happen in games and what days you're going to play and how many you're going to play. I mean, it just is what it is. And so I think this group has a great mentality of just worrying about the next opponent, whenever that is. You know, if it's Ohio on Wednesday, if today's Saturday, yes, then that's what we're going to prepare for. And then after the Ohio game, then we're going to prepare for the weekend with Kent. So I think that has led to as much of our success as anything is us being able to kind of stay in the moment, stay focused on the next thing. And this week will be no different.
Coach, we have talked in the past about Shelby's rapid growth. How about Asia? She has really, in these last couple games, she had 19 rebounds. She's really been able to just grow exponentially over this last, 3 or 4 game stretch.
Yeah, for sure. And I mentioned it before, it doesn't necessarily surprise me to see Asia have a game like this. You know, she's somebody who stays consistent as far as her work, understands what teams are going to give her and how valuable she is to what we need to get accomplished, especially in the bottom half of the lane. So I think you saw her, obviously she was great on the glass, but really finish around the rim. She was great at the foul line. Like all of those things are a tribute to how hard she's worked, not just lately, but really in the offseason and leading up to her sophomore year.
Coach, one last question. You guys have I know I made a comment the last time and you guys had that comeback win, but this was another, there was the offensive rebounds were a problem, but it seems like more and more towards the end. So you guys have been playing more complete games, in my opinion. I feel like you guys have been more balanced and been able to really share the ball as well, too.
I think we have 10 people right now who really understand their role and they understand what we need from them when they're on the floor, whether that's 5 minutes or 40 minutes doesn't matter. We have people ready to give half from all 10 of those players. And it continues to stay evident when you look at stat sheets, especially throughout the last, few weeks that we've played. I think we've really kind of settled in and grown accustomed to what each individual needs to do on the floor on any given night.
Thanks, Coach. Go ahead.
All right, appreciate it.
And Lisa, just a couple for me. First of all, coming out of half, you made a couple of defensive adjustments, and we saw Aaron Hodges on fair to start the second half. And how effective was that? And you guys putting together a little run to go up in that third quarter.
Yeah, we knew Aaron was our best matchup for Deasia, and unfortunately, Aaron got in early foul trouble, and then we're just trying to throw different people at her. But Aaron was able to pretty much play the whole second half, and she did a phenomenal job of making her take tough shots consistently. And so you can't give enough credit defensively to what Aaron was able to do to kind of slow her down and really make her work.
And then talk a little bit about, with Shelby only playing, less minutes than you're used to getting from her today, the efforts of Jaden Marable and what she was able to provide you guys with in Shelby's absence.
Yeah, obviously, Jaden does a great job of handling the basketball. And so I think against a team, especially like Buffalo, we needed her to do that in the minutes that she needed to play with Shelby on the bench. So again, she has a lot of confidence in her ability to handle the basketball. We as a staff have a lot of confidence in her ability to do that. And she really gave us great minutes, especially in those critical times when it was a tight ball game and it was going to stay a tight ball game.
Great. Thanks very much, Lisa. Congratulations on the win.
Guys.
All right. Let Shelby get settled in here. We're joined by Shelby Coker. Great job, Zoom veteran, centering up the camera. Appreciate that. And we have Shelby with us. So go ahead, Justin, with questions for Shelby.
Shelby, you get a little bit of foul trouble there throughout this game and stuff like that. What are some of the things that, Buffalo was really able to do to kind of, really, the foul trouble really inhibited your point scoring. Really, you only played 25 minutes. What was it like kind of seeing it from the other side of the bench side when you didn't play that much? I don't know if you could answer that.
It's obviously a little different, but you just got to stay the same amount of locked in as if I was on the floor. So I think just like cheering on from what we're supposed to be doing, even from the bench, like everybody has a role. Doesn't matter if you're playing or not. So
I don't know. You played majority of the game with her tonight. Ashia Davis's performance. Can you go in depth about what she did? She had 19 rebounds. She was a big factor. You guys' win today. What you both guys are both sophomores. You both on this team as well. What did you see from her tonight that really made you excited for the future?
Yeah, obviously Ashia works really hard. So like Coach said, I'm not surprised that, Ashia has a game like this. 19 rebounds is just outrageous, but like that's what we needed. And Ashia knew that, and she did what we needed to do to win. So she did a good job.
Shelby, I brought this up to Coach. You have become, over these last few games, more efficient. Early this season, you struggle with a little bit more of the pressure and stuff like that, but you've really limited your turnovers. Your assist numbers are up. What are some of the things you've been working on this back half of this stretch of the season, really kind of make yourself more complete, if I would say?
I would say turnovers always are going to be one of my struggles that I'm trying to overcome. But, assists and stuff like that, I'm just always looking for open teammates. And, obviously I don't want to miss shots. So with that, I don't know.
My last question, Coach talked about it a little bit. I'm going to talk about another teammate, Erin. She didn't have the best game scoring, but defensively she locked down fair there. What are some of the things? I know you switched off on her a couple times. What are some of the things that she poses that's a problem potentially down the road?
With fair?
Yeah.
Obviously she's just really fast. So I think she has quick change of speed that will get you up, and she does a good job of getting you into her body to draw that contact. So I think, she did it to me, she did it to Aaron. So next game, obviously we're going to be more prepared for that, and we're not going to foul as much.
All right. Thank you, Shelby.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Shelby. Appreciate it. Have a great day. All right, and now we're joined by Ashia Davis. Thanks, Ashia, for being here. And Justin, go ahead with your questions for Ashia.
Ashia, you had a big day today. You had 9 offensive rebounds to go with your total of 19 rebounds. What are some of the things you saw on the floor? You were able to get the position to get the rebound.
I think they weren't boxing me out as well. They definitely made an adjustment after the second half to try to get the ball out of my hand and box out more. Yeah.
You went to the line quite a bit as well, because you were fouled quite a bit as well down the stretch. You were 7 and 9 from the free throw. Is that something you guys have been really focusing on in late game situations, especially really focused on to really work on during the stretch here?
You said free throws?
Yeah, you went 7 for 9. You went 7 for 9 from the free throw line.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys remember, but freshman year I was a terrible free throw shooter. So I made an adjustment this year in the summer to, shoot as many free throws as I can to, work hard at that, because those are easy points that my team needs down the stretch. So.
Ashia, my last question is going back to Buffalo. They threw a lot at you. Sometimes they threw multiple defenders at you. Is something you've been working on over this season to kind of really on your backside skills? Because I know you've really improved exponentially from your freshman year to sophomore, and it seems like you've been taking another leap from the last time we've talked, probably.
Yeah, I give a credit to the offensive coach, Adam, and then the defensive coaches as well. I watched a lot of film this week on them. I was not happy with my numbers last game, so I made it a point to get an extra individual in it and to watch what Gabba would do in order for me to get points. So that was my preparation for this game, and I think it worked. So I'll definitely keep that in mind and keep doing that.
Thanks, Ashia. That's all I had.
Ashia, just one question from me here, and that is, we were able to have family in the stands today, and what did that mean to you and to the rest of the team, do you think, to see those actual people in the stands at home this time?
It was a great feeling. I know we've had a couple games where our families could come, but it's nothing like playing at the Convo with your home team family here. So that really meant a lot. I could definitely hear my mother. I'm sure everyone could, but yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thanks very much, Ashia. Congratulations on the win. That wraps it up for us. Thanks, everyone.